How's it going? Welcome to the 6th episode of the Amp Surfer. Thanks for joining me. Dude, we're stuck to dropping in, I'm sure. How's it going? Welcome to the 6th episode of the Amp Surfer. Thanks for dropping in. It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? And yeah, well, I've heard I finally got the news that I was waiting for, which was amputation date. So yeah, yeah, that should have been good, really, shouldn't it? Yeah, I think I was what I really wanted was my amputation before Christmas or right afterwards, and because that's me, I want to be in control. I think I spoke about that earlier in another episode, probably 4 or 5. And what I didn't get was the amputation date that I wanted. Never mind, there it is. So the amputation date is 9 weeks' time, and that will be the 2nd of February. It will be taking place at Plymouth, and that will be that. I will no longer have this little leg, or the big chunky leg. Well, I will. I'll have all of it, apart from this bit down. So I'll be losing the troublesome bit, which for me will be a great relief, but also a time of learning and adaptation and getting through some stuff, I guess. But I guess we'll just have to go through that and find out what that looks like. So, yeah, 9 weeks or 2 months, depending how you want to look at it, is when that's going to happen. I think it's probably only 2 weeks until Christmas, so there's a whole bunch of other things to think about first, which is super interesting. But I guess the main thing that I was thinking about talking about was just how I'm feeling about that amp date. So I'm in the state of flux at the moment. That's what my mate Arthur says. I'm in a state of flux, where nothing's really happening, and that's about the state of it. I'm going to the gym as much as I can, and trying to get prepared for something that I don't know much. It's not prepared for something I don't know much about. I know a lot about it, but there's not a lot of people out there that have had a lot of time pre-amputation to prepare for it. So I'm just doing what I think I need to do, which is concentrating on the legs and an all-over body workout, apart from my calf muscles, because I figured if I make them any bigger, then it's just going to take longer and longer for them to shrink down, which will take, that's what will happen. And I was blessed with decent calves anyway. Just I guess when it comes to having a socket fitted, having blessed calves isn't what you want, I guess. I'll look weird, I suppose. I mean, I suppose eventually it will shrink down and that'll be fine. But initially, who knows? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, just feeling really despondent at the moment because there's nothing to do. There's just like treading water at the moment. That's how it feels. I feel like I'm treading water. I have spent the last month just being super active, trying to do as many things as I can. See as many people, help as many people, get involved with as much as I can. Just staying really busy, and I just got really tired. You know, which is hard for me because I'm not normally that guy. I'm not normally the guy that gets tired, or I'm not normally the guy that likes to sit still or even sit down for any length of time. So it's been a bit of a journey. Um, and I've tried really hard to become what is required because of the injuries and the pain and all those things. But it takes it's still a process. It's 2.5 years since my accident, and it's still a process of reminding myself that I can't do all the things I used to do, and I can't be as active as I used to be because the fatigue. And, you know, having the amputation's gonna take care of one area of fatigue, but it's creating a whole nother area of fatigue. So the whole thing's just been working out which is best. So either way, I'm fatigued. Do I just want to be in pain with fatigue, or just be fatigued because I've had my leg chopped off and it just takes a bit longer? So, leg chopped off. Plus the movement will be so much better. 100% ready for this, which is good. It's just the now bit that I'm struggling with, this kind of area of time. Ugh, yes. Like, oh man, I feel like I'm not being myself. I'm talking about all these things because normally, like, generally I'm really positive and I'm upbeat, and I am. And then I make these videos and I'm like, oh man, yeah, I'm struggling with fatigue, or I'm really thinking about this, and I feel like I'm not coming across as the positive dude that I normally am. And I am really positive about what's coming. I'm positive about the vision that I have for becoming an adaptive surfer. I'm positive about getting back into surf for the first time. I don't know how long it's going to be between amputation and getting back in the water. Hopefully it's not too long a time, but I have to be realistic also. I think in my mind I wanted to like have the amputation and then next year, at the end of next year, compete. I don't think that's going to happen. I might have to wait for another whole year. And well, that's okay. Whatever. No, they'll be fine. Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around it. And so, but yeah, so there's a lot to wrap my head around, but also, it's just just learning to be good to myself, and that's kind of the main thing. Listen to my body and just take some time out, even though it's a battle against myself taking time out. Nobody else, everyone else gets it. It's me that doesn't get it. I'm the one that's like, I shouldn't be like this, So that's the thing that I'm thinking about. But there's loads of cool stuff happening. Obviously Christmas, I get to hang out with my little family. That's super cool. Get looked after. I love that. I get to hanging out with my church family. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So on this Sunday, at Rediscover Church in Exeter City Centre, I'm getting baptized. Praise the Lord. Come on. So yeah, making that commitment, all the things that baptism kind of, the washing off of your sins and all of that stuff from your past, that's already happened. But this bit is the submersion, which is just a cool thing. So I'm doing it with my fiance Helen. We're doing it together. So I'm super excited about that. And also, far out, my sister doesn't even know yet, so I better tell her. But we've set a date for getting married. So we got engaged not long ago. But now we've set a date to get married in April 26, so next year. It will be 11 weeks post amputation. I've got no idea if I can even stand up. I mean, on my own 2 feet, probably not. Maybe it'll be a crutches wedding, or maybe a chair, stand up, get propped by my mate's wedding. I don't know. Whatever happens, it'll be cool. It'll be different, but it'll be cool. So yeah, you can see that getting baptized and talking about getting married lit me up. So this is my normal self, right? It's just the serious stuff of amputation is serious, you know. So I get serious and really thoughtful about it. But this is my usual energy. So yeah, so getting baptized, that's rad. I've got some mates coming up from Cornwall because it's in Exeter. You know, I've got my boys around me. Gonna go and have a nice lunch afterwards. It's gonna be super cool. So that'll be cool. Obviously not everyone can be there, that's fine. The wedding's hopefully far enough in advance that I can have my bros and maybe my sister come over from New Zealand to join with me in this kind of awesome thing. You know, this next commitment in my life. So yeah, I think it's just a quick one today. I just wanted to have an update and kind of say out loud that, yeah, I'm struggling with the waiting, you know, and I know that about myself. But yeah, it's that battle between this is who I am, this is who I think I should be, and what does that look like? And by the way, you have to wait, and while you're waiting, there's not a lot you can do. And that's the thing that I probably struggle with, is that there's not a lot of prescribed things to do while you're waiting. Apart from get to know yourself a little better, get into the word, you know, get into the gospels. That's what I've been doing a whole bunch, which is super rad because, oh man, I could easily get started about talking about the Old Testament, man, the wars, the battles, the prophets, oh man, it's so rad. The rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem, like how many times did it get ripped down and just get built up again, then ripped down and built up, and so cool. Feels like that signifies or represents who I've been. It's just this temple that's been ripped down a few times and built up and ripped down and built up and ripped down and built up. I don't know where that came from. That's quite random. Anyway, yeah, no, so yeah, there's not a lot to do or say at the moment, apart from, yep, 2nd of January, February even, amputation. So yeah, I'd imagine that after Christmas, in like the new year, think it'll get real as those weeks count down. Yeah, it might get real then. So yeah, we'll see what happens, eh? But thanks for dropping in. And thanks for the comments, hey, and the encouragement. And we'll catch all you fellas later. Sweet as.